Hello, hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Lebitso la ka ke nna Tsholofelo Kabinde for those who are new here. So, what do we do here? We tell stories, and today we are going to do nothing different than telling a story. Who are we going to talk about today, really? Can you guess? No, you cannot guess. You know why? Because we are going to talk about an everyday, normal person. Some of you might have heard about him, some of you might not have heard about him, but we are going to talk about him anyway. So I'm just gonna put a disclaimer out there that I am not promoting anything bad. I am not encouraging anything bad. I am not trying to make light of this story because this story is important, because this story is a story of so many young South Africans. So we are going to talk about this story, you guys. And if you know this person, you guys, tell him we say thank you for this story. So who are we going to talk about today? We are going to talk about Itumeleng Selepe. You guys, I came across this story a few years ago. Not a few years ago, it's probably last year or a few months ago, I'm not sure, with the pandemic. But we are going to talk about this story. I get really sad when I think about this story, because this story is a story of so many South Africans, our young people, the youth. So many of them cannot tell their story the way Itumeleng is telling his story, has told his story. Some of them, their lives, guys, it's like they have lost it. It's lost, and it's sad. It's sad, but it has to be. We have to talk about it. We have to talk about it in order that if somebody is facing something like this, or they know someone who is facing something like this, so that we can help where we can, or we can better understand how they feel, their situation. It's best if we just try to understand and help if we can and when we can. Okay, so this story, you guys, is about drug addiction. I know it's a very sensitive topic, but it's a topic that needs to be talked about, you guys, because this is a serious issue. Go Gasi, and I'm going to talk about Gasi a lot because, you guys, I don't know any other place. I don't want to lie and come here and say other things, so I'm going to talk about Gasi. So okay, let's continue. Itumeleng, he was a normal child. I just wanna wrap up this because most of the time people wanna see what's the cause, but I just wanna say, from his story, he was just a normal child. Came from a normal family, two parents working hard for him, and he went to those good schools because his parents were making sure that he was going to be a success story one day. And what happened was Itumeleng went to high school, and that's when things started taking a wrong turn. He was in his teenage years, those years when everything is just so complicated. He was on those years, and he started experimenting with alcohol, with drugs, and guys, he was just doing it because of the fun of it, or maybe I can say peer pressure, or maybe experimentation. You never know with young people. They just get out of hand because you just have a friend who's doing this, or it's a gang that you go with, or it's a group of people who just drink alcohol, and you just drink it. You have no reasons whatsoever to drink it. You just drink it, especially with young people. With old people, drug abuse starts because of they have problems at work, at home, in their relationships. But with youngsters, especially It could be associated with young people. It can be both ways, but with the story that we are going to tell today, there was nothing out of the ordinary that could have just pushed him over the edge for him to start doing those things, you know. So okay, fine, as a good student that he was good with his books, I guess, because he finished his matric and went to University of Johannesburg. So when he got there, obviously he was just drinking alcohol and, you know, casually doing those drugs, I guess. And then somebody introduced him to hard drugs. That's when things took a wrong turn, you guys. Because after starting with those hard drugs, I'm going to refer to my book because I don't want to make mistakes. Okay? So he just started using those drugs because somebody at some place introduced him to those hard drugs, and then he started taking them, and then it became something that he was excited to do, and then in the end it became something that he had to do, you know. It just started that way. It was curiosity in the beginning, and then it became something that was exciting to do, and then it became something that he had to do, and then it became something that he had to do whatever, whenever, no matter the cost. When he was done with university, he got jobs, you guys. Now we are talking about someone who's already hooked on drugs. So he started working, and then when he was working, you guys, he started, you know, he would do drugs at work. He would lose his job, get another job. And I'm not talking about just any job. He would get those nice jobs that you can groom yourself to become something, you know, those jobs that if you just concentrate on them, or if you work hard, you can become something in those companies. Because he's talking about serious company. I'm not going to mention companies here because some companies here, because it's not about those companies, it's about him. But I want you to know that those were big companies, big name companies, if I must say. Itumeleng destroyed all that. He didn't need anybody else to do that for him. He didn't need people to be jealous. He didn't need for things to be made hard by other people. He destroyed that because of he was on drugs, you know, guys. He kept using and using and using, and you know, he spent a lot of money doing buying drugs. I don't want to mention money again because it's not about the number. What I'm going to say to you guys is that in a week he used a lot of money that people earn for a living in a month, and he would use drugs that were his expenses for drugs would be more than his monthly salary. So tell me, when does he buy food? When does he buy? Then when does he take care of himself? Like, does he buy toiletries? What's going on there? Tell me. You know, it just shows that it got deep. The drug use, it became abusive. He was not the abuser anymore. The drug was abusing him. It was taking everything from him. Because when he's telling his story, you guys, he would manipulate, he would lie, he would pawn stuff, probably sell whatever that he has so that he can maintain this drug addiction thing. But how the story says, you will realize how the drugs, once they get inside there, it's just a hollow, dark, hollow place to be. It's just a space for you and the drugs, or the drug. It's not even about you, because if it makes you ruin relationships, if it makes you ruin your job, if it makes you ruin your future, it's no longer even about you anymore. It's about the drug. The drug has taken over everything. So you wonder when you see these people go strutting and you feel like, Mary, what's going on? It's because, you guys, the drug is the only important thing. You grow up in a house, in a home, in a warm home, or you grow up in a very difficult home. When you are hooked, this thing doesn't take chances. It becomes the priority. It becomes the only thing that matters. That's what he's saying, you know. According to him, you guys, when you start using drug, the first hit, that high that you hit, that high, you go back because you think you're going to feel that high again. But it doesn't happen, you see. So you have to go back over and over and over, seeking that thing. So it becomes a vicious cycle that you, I don't know, being arrested because he was high. And he had some stuff in his pocket, some drugs. You know what did he do when he got there? Because they didn't search him. He took those drugs, you guys. And I think he blocked out because he doesn't remember what happened next. Can you imagine being in a police custody? There you are, almost selling maphodisa bathong. Kana maphodisa a tshosa. After almost selling maphodisa, o tsuba drug e felletseng eo. Kore you are already high. Mara santsa no tsuba. What does that mean? Does that mean you are not scared of the police, or does that mean the drug doesn't care about anything? It doesn't even care about your life, you guys. Criminal records, whatever, whatnot. It doesn't care. Do you see why we have to talk about this topic? Do you see why it's important for young people to hear stories? Itumeleng Selepe? Because, you guys, stories se tla kgona go thusa ba se ba thusang. Okay? So let's continue. After this vicious cycle, what happened next? So after that, he tried rehab. Didn't work for 2 weeks. It didn't work. And then his family and his friends, I guess, they just decided, you know what, this person needs help. That's all he needed, for people to believe and take action that no, you're not going to ruin your life. Okay, fine, we thought this was just a joke, or you're going through a phase, but it's been a long time, you have to go. They took him to a rehab, and there he spent 3 months detoxing. And he says the situation there was very bad for him. It was hard for him. The reason why it was hard for me is because he was a flight risk. Even he says himself, alright, when I look back, I can see that this was bad because I had to be put under those circumstances in order for me to detox. But he is very thankful, you guys, for his friends and his family, because they took chances. They took a chance on him. They thought, you know what, let's give him a chance, and he is very thankful. So what happened is, after 3 months, he decided, you know what, I am never, ever, ever going back into that dark place again. Because it is a dark place, you guys. Imagine spending 10 to 11 years of your life. 10 to 11 years of your life in this vicious cycle. In this cycle, you do not see anywhere. You don't see anything other than getting high. You guys, it's like being in a coma for 10 to 11 years because you cannot show proof of anything. My life for this 11 years, what did I do with it? What did I achieve? Nothing. Nothing. It's like somebody who was in a coma for 11 years and you just wake up and you realize, oh my God, time is gone. It hit him, you guys. 10 to 11 years of him being a slave to drugs. So after that, He got his act together. But something happened, you guys. Something that changed the course of his life again. It got him into another journey. He says one day he was in a taxi and he saw a boy very high with a needle on his neck. And this guy is about to fall, and you can see that if that needle is not out of his neck and he falls, he might die. Something terrible might happen to him. When he saw that, he saw himself. It was like a deja vu. It was like all these years came back, and he realized, oh my God, this is it's a pandemic. Is it an epidemic? I don't know. I'm not going to talk about a pandemic because I'm going to talk about South Africa, you guys. I don't know about other places in the world, but in South Africa, young guys, you guys, young boys, we are losing our boys. We are losing our youngsters to this thing. They become these vicious human beings who will do anything. They will break into people's home. They will do anything. They will snatch bags just so that they can get that little amount so that they can be high. They can snatch your iPhone, the most expensive, the recent one, by like 100 rand or 200 just so they can get high. Now, but I think when you paid thousands for that phone. So what I'm saying is that, you guys, this thing is destroying families. It's destroying schools. It's destroying communities. You know, parents are lost of words. They don't know what to say anymore. Schools, principals, teachers, they are being abused at school because of this thing, you guys. This thing, it becomes, you can say it's like somebody's possessed by the demons. Except this time the demon is something that is sold by the corner of the street. I don't know if my demon are rekisiwa, marli demon le lona, guys, la rekisiwa ko condoning ya strata. And most of us, we see this and we just keep quiet. You know why we quiet? Because of nobody in our family is facing this issue. But if anyone in our family had faced this issue, we will see how destructive it is. Because sometimes you guys, you know what I'm talking about. Man, this boy or this girl, one academically, one day I am nje, I won. In a few months, this child is somebody different. Guys, when you go to parties, please take care of your friends. I'm not going to say don't go to parties because this is not my place. But my place is just, please try to look after your friends. It's very important, you guys. These people just spike your drinks, and sometimes they spike it alcohol, the drugs, they are so hard, you cannot go back. You some drugs you get addicted just first try, you guys. I'm just saying, please, let's just, we have brothers, we have sisters, more especially guys. They said we should take care of our girls. A girl child must be protected. Guys, boys are losing it. We are losing guys because of this vicious thing. Okay, it just became personal. It just became, how can I say this? I don't know if you guys know what I mean. Like, I see these people every day. I meet them and we make fun of them. It's all fun and jokes, and it's, I don't know. I don't know. It's painful. It's painful because those people, they have parents and they have families, and I can't imagine if your child is addicted to this thing. You will be able to continue with your life. Because sometimes you don't even know what to go guy. Like, but maybe they just ask themselves, o jile na dijo di teng ko ntlong mara motho ha interested mo dijong ntho ha e batlang ke le gore mo ntlong le ka se mo fe yone at least voluntarily le ka se mo fe yone unless a tlo senya mo ntlong a tlo utsa lo rekisa but le ka se mo fe yone. So that's how Itumeleng saw it. It was like a deja vu. He saw this child and he was like, I have to do something. And what did he do? He opened an organization, you guys. He started an organization. This organization, sorry guys, I'm trying to find the name of the organization. Okay, so today Itumeleng has started an organization that is called Word on the Street. So Word on the Street helps young people who are struggling, obviously, with these addictions. So, oh my goodness. So today, you guys, Itumeleng has an organization called Word on the Street. Yes, it's Word on the Street. So Word on the Street works in this way. He is available to help young people get in contact with rehab centers and places that they need in order for them to detox, in order for them to be okay. So he has helped. So he helps the youth recover their dignity and, you know, regain their stance into the society. And he feels like, you know what, this is the right thing to do, considering and knowing what he knows now. So this story, you guys, I wrote a few pointers of what I have learned from this story. So I'm just gonna read from my book, okay? So the first one, this story shed a light into how easy it is to follow a road that leads to self-destruction. It's very easy. It takes just one wrong decision. 2, how a normal child or an adult can just lose themselves. Don't look for kids that are, or don't look for youth. Something's gonna go wrong. Someone who is as normal as Itumeleng Selepe can just lose, you know, themselves. 2, this story for me is a story of hope, a hope that as a community we should work hard, hand in hand, to help the youth. When you win as an individual, that's number 4, when you win as an individual going through a difficult time, you win for others too. You are a story of hope. So if you win when you go through bad things, you don't just win for yourself, you win for everybody, because your story shows that there is hope, there is light at the end of the tunnel. So everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I forgot something throughout this story. You guys, please like and subscribe, share this video. I cannot emphasize this more. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Share this video if you have subscribed, and like this video so that this video can be seen by as many people as they may be, you know, because this video is not only for us, it's for everybody who needs to see that this thing is serious and it needs attention. It does, doesn't it? It needs so much attention. Let me not go deeper and further, because it just, you guys, I just love people, and I do not like seeing people lose their lives or lose themselves like that. It's very painful. You guys know this. And okay, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in today, and please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Toodles.